clean.
Let me compose myself. This isn't going to go to plan, let me tell you. But what I should say first of all, I mean, anybody who knows me, my particular job at the moment involves working with processes, and my current boss told me last week, he said, this is the stage in your life when you're just about to embark on the most significant management process in your whole life. And I have absolutely no doubt about that whatsoever, but I'm going to do my absolute best to do the best I can for Cathy, to stand by her, to be a loving husband, to be loyal, to be loving and to be affectionate. Okay? Nick's seen me do presentations at university before. They don't always go to plan, so just to be on the safe side, I've decided to have a few key points. But first of all, I'd like to thank Jim for the words of encouragement. I thought it was a cracking speech from the heart. Thank you very much indeed. I'd also like to thank everybody for coming today on behalf of Cathy and I. We're really touched. It's absolutely fabulous to see so many nice, friendly faces, familiar faces, people that we've known for various amounts of time. It really is absolutely splendid, and I'm really, really happy, and I know that Cathy is as well, because that's what makes the day as much as us two being together, seeing all our friends and family. So thank you for that. What I'd like to do first of all, I have the opportunity to propose a toast now to my darling wife Cathy, who I love very, very much indeed. We've been together for 6 years now. Jim's already touched on this. I don't rush. I like it. But I would like to raise a glass to Cathy. So please, can you raise the glasses to Cathy the bride?
Cathy.
Right. So, now we get on to some formality. And first of all, you're probably wondering, well, how the heck did Russell and Cathy meet? Well, it actually started when I was sat at my lunch table in Latham. Kevin and Christine know a bit about the dinner table at Latham, and Amanda as well. You know, it tends to be a bit of a dark table in the corner where all the guys lecture over the women walking across the restaurant. But one day I saw this lady and I thought, wow, she's fantastic. I actually noticed her legs and her bum before I actually took an opportunity to glance at her face. That's good, isn't it? She's mint. I mean, she's absolutely top class. And, you know, but what I should say is that it took me about 6 months before we actually managed to get the first date. We actually went for a short drink over the Christmas time. She scuppered that after about 3 or 4 hours by announcing that she had an ex-boyfriend, but we won't go there. In among some wrong telephone numbers, you remember Cathy, I was staying at your house, and I gave Cathy the wrong telephone number to give me for a call. Call never came, got back to work, read the email. I tried to call this number, but there was an old lady at the end of the line. And I kept that job for another 3 months. And I actually thought I'd crashed and burned at this point, but thankfully not anyway. But how did we actually meet? I saw her in the restaurant, and then we eventually got out for a date. Probably the first date that Cathy and I actually went out on was to the small bar just down the road from where Cathy used to live with Rachel. And I forget what it's called, but we had been sat there for about 5 minutes, and then somebody's 21st birthday and a stripper arrived. Cathy and I were sat there, and she's giving it large. With everything on show. And at this point I thought, well, I'm on a bit of a knife edge here. I don't know where to look. Should I actually take a real good look and possibly offend Cathy and mess things up? Or should I be a bit more conservative and, you know, do it on the slides? So in the end I thought, sod it, I had a really good look. Thankfully Cathy didn't take any offence, and I passed the first test and we're still here today, so can't say fairer than that, can I? Now I must say something about, you know, building on Jim's comments about Cathy's high standards. I mean, what I must say first of all is that if it wasn't for Cathy's high standards, well, why would I be stood here otherwise? You know, she's got very nice. She's thoroughly vetted. photographs anyway. But about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we actually visited London to visit Louise and Ed and Natalie to see the photographer, Andrew, this kind gentleman. And well, essentially what happened, we got off at Euston, caught the tube, went to Buckingham Palace, had a look at what was going on there, Horse Guards Parade, all that kind of stuff. Walked through a few really nice gardens, and at this particular point, Kathy pipes up. You know what, bear in mind that the point in this is the high standard. She said, you know, Russell, she said, you lack vision. What do you mean? She said, look at the gardens. They're absolutely and what I should say at this point is that I've got a bit of a passion. I don't want to ruin the best man speech on this point, but basically, I like my lawn. Your garden looks exactly the same all year round. You know, you've got shrubs and shrubs. Look at this. You've got mandarin duck, you've got exotic grasses growing from East Asia, all this kind of stuff. You lack vision. And I said, well, hang on a minute. Where are we, first of all? Bloody Queen lives over there. Got an army of bloody gardeners, private gardeners and stuff. So basically, the key point is this: she's got high standards, and I've got something to live up to now. You know, I'm in competition with the Queen, first of all. But what I should say as well, when it comes to standards, what I should say as well is that she's an absolutely superb cook. Anyone who's ever eaten Kathy's food is absolutely blown by it. I don't know whether she gets it from Judith or Jim. It's absolutely superb. I think the thing that started to win me over was the chicken fajitas. She took a big part of my heart that day. Yeah, absolutely fabulous. The fish pie. I know Christine likes that. Very nice. Unfortunately, Kevin can't eat the fish pie because he gets a bit of an allergy to that. His face puffs up a bit, but I know he would like it. And finally, the Sunday roasts always tend to go down. Doesn't do much for my exercise regime. You know, I've been on the cross trainer for about 200 minutes this week in Talk Fitness, but no, it's all about high standards. Thankfully, I've passed the grade so far, but I'm sure that there's another test or two in store anyway. So that's about Kathy's high standards anyway. So far so good. Bit more formality now. Let me just check that I've not missed anybody on the front page. There was a big Kathy, everybody for coming. Bridesmaids and flower girls. Where do we get the gifts? Right. Can you help me, Kathy? Flowers. Which one are they? Yeah. Okay. Kathy, gets confusing here. There's 2 Kathys in my family now. My darling sister, I love her very much. Looks splendid. That's for you.
Oh, thank you.
Layla. That's very convenient.
You're getting the right place at the right time.
Yeah, right, this one. Where's Astrid? Okay. The Trid. What birth she used to be on when she was only being conceived?